What's up? Welcome back to a new video. On our previous video, we saw a heavy duty workout with my chest and back. So the next day is going to be a leg day. So I give usually 2 days off or 48 hours for my body to recover, and then I hop onto my leg day. So this isn't a big gym. As you can see, it's a building gym. So we want to adapt with whatever equipment we have. The biggest lesson in life is to adapt to the situation. So let's go. And I'll show you what my heavy duty leg workout, high intensity workout looks like. And yeah, let's do it.
All right, into the workout, strong and steady. So whenever we do any workout movements, especially for compound movements, which is, for example, leg press, right? And leg extensions. Leg extensions is isolation movement. So we always start with a compound exercise warm up. So if you warm up in like squats, you don't have to warm up when you're doing leg extensions. It just takes care of it. So I just do one set with maybe like 50% or sometimes 60% of the weight. I do warm up for around like 10 reps or 6 to 10 reps, and then immediately I go on with the set. So here I'm doing squat with 50 pounds to failure. So I reach probably around 9 to 10 reps to failure. So failure should always look like high intensity, right? You're struggling the last rep, you're using all your body's resources and energy to make the last rep. That is what switches on the growth mechanism. That is the most important rep you can ever do in your exercises. On your first rep, you're not as fatigued as you think you are. Second rep, you're fatigued. Third and fourth and fifth and subsequently on the last rep, you are pushing your body beyond the limit. So that's what we want to do always. All right. So now we're going to go immediately do a superset with leg extensions. And leg extensions here, I know we're not supposed to warm up, but I'm just warming up a little bit because I'm coming back after a bit of a layoff. So life gets in the way, and sometimes you rest more than you should. But hey, rest is very important if you want to grow muscle in high intensity. So it's a win-win. So I'm just warming up for around 6 to 10 reps here. 6 to 10, that's all. And then I immediately jump on to my main working set of around 135 pounds. So I did shiver, as you can see probably in the end of the slip. I probably was able to get how many? Probably 12 or 13 reps. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll put that in the screen. High intensity, really high intensity. I was not able to have a positive rep. So that's when I know like I've reached failure. You don't have to like jank off heavy weights and try to put your ego in between it. When you just know that you can't even do the positive rep of the exercise, you're done. You just reached failure, momentary muscular failure, and now you're switched on the growth mechanism. Now nothing can stop it. So you have to just rest now because it's a very high intensity exercise and just one set to failure. So on to the next one. So usually when I first started this program by Mike Mentzer, bless him, bless his soul, because if it's not for him, I would never be here. I would never be training with this intensity and this passion that I've always had for training and weight training. So we hop onto hamstring curls again. We take a break in between, but not too much, right? You don't want to lay around too much, so you lose the intensity and the fatigue in your body. So I do a little bit of warm up here as well with 50% of the weight. Probably, I think it should be 50 pounds or 45 pounds, not sure. And then we hit our working set, the main set that we're going to take it to failure for 100 pounds. So I was able to jack up some reps, good quality high reps. If you see in my reps, I'm having a pause in the bottom, and that is the most important thing in your whole positive movement, your static movement, which is the movement that you hold the weight on, and your negative movement. Your negative movement is where your muscle is stimulated the most, not in the positive, but in the negative and then the static hold. That's why it's very important to just have the 1 second pause on your static hold. So there we go. So we finish that with great intensity, and then we hop on immediately. This is just kidding. You can't do that immediately. Go get some water, take some rest for around 2 to 3 minutes, and then we go do our calf raises. Calf or calf? I'm not sure. But you get the point across, right? I get the point across. Calf raises for um, 2 sets here, because the thing is here I didn't have enough heavy weight in the gym. Couldn't find, because it's a building gym. So we want to make the most out of what life gives to us, right? So I've taken a weight where you can see here I'm taking a lot of extra pauses on the top. So I didn't reach failure in this exercise, I got to be honest, but you should be reaching to failure. You should be using a heavy weight. So that's why I did 2 sets of good intensity, but I just had a lot of pause on the static position, and then I came down slowly. You can see I'm controlling the negatives as well. Negative, i.e., the movement where you come back to your original position after lifting the weight. So this just because I didn't reach failure. So whenever you know that you cannot reach failure, you can just reach static failure. That is, use the positive rep and go reach your static hold. Like, you hold in one exercise for like 1 or 2 seconds. Just hold there, just keep holding there, and then automatically you will lose your static strength, and you will like try to lower the weight. When you feel like you're gonna come crashing down when you do your calf raises or any exercise, just control the negative. That's what I did in the end. So made me feel like I reached the failure, the best I can do in the building gym. And then at the end I do some ab exercise, can't even speak. Some ab exercises for 2 sets. I was done. You can see my face, really. I'm done by now. I'm done. I'm fatigued. I don't want to be there anymore. So yeah, all this took just 15 to 20 minutes for me. I'm done. I'm going to hit legs just once a week. That's it. Tell somebody to do this workout every day, or maybe like twice a week. They won't be able to do it because it's the high intensity, and you don't need to do it. You already switched on your growth mechanism. Why do you want to be there in the gym? Go rest, recover, do other stuff in life. One thing I really realized in my life was when I put gym as my whole priority and my whole personality, it's you'll just have a very wrong headspace when you come into the gym. You come into the gym to be active, healthy, fit, at your best capacity your body allows you to be, and then get out and do other stuff. Build your life, right? Build your life and build quality time within yourself. That's all. I mean, maybe I'm ranting. That's it for the video. I hope you found it helpful. If yes, you know what to do. Thank you for watching. Peace.